So for here, look here, already here. Okay, so for the definition, we mentioned the Kaizen way is the continued improvement of the process. All employees and the documents are does not incur much expenses. So that is the main point, difference Kaizen with other methods. And small and increment dramatic result over time, and QCD and the collaboration. All these are the Kaizen concept. It's the how help us to differentiate Kaizen from other methods. Let's see the next one. Okay, the second part is the Kaizen concept. For Kaizen concept, first we introduce, for the management there are two types. One is for maintenance, it's a remain the current standards. Another is improvement maintenance. The purpose is pursue the improvement. So this is the two type of management. And the process, there is a 5 way of increase of product. This is some knowledge of the content. Kaizen way is a process or oriented thinking. Various Kaizen strategy, here there are few strategies you need to go through. Existing condition and without incurring much cost. So this one corresponding just now the feature of Kaizen here. No cost, the green color one. Less cost, slowly increase. So the content is here corresponding. And water quality and method related improvement. So all these won't require too much high investment and will cause a small increasing over time, reach a high increase. Then we follow this PDCA and SDCA. You are required to differentiate these two concepts. What is the definition? First of all, give me what is the name. Here PDCA, SDCA is the short name. What is the full name for them? What is the difference? It is a cycle, it's a PDCA to SDCA. PDCA, as what we learned in the tutorial, it is a common method, not limited to the Kaizen. There is a traditional PDCA. How this PDCA method is used together with an SDCA in Kaizen is these two, we will form a cycle. When it form a cycle, we will repeat again and reach the slowly increase. Then another one is under the major concept of Kaizen, the waste. This is the very big content and it is a very important content. The waste. Here is the concept, and under the strategy we repeat the waste again, and under the 6th step of Kaizen we repeat it again. So first of all, we need to identify what is this waste. Here I highlight to you. There are 7 types of waste. Here I highlight to you. Overproduction, what is the meaning? What is the example? And excess inventory, scrap and rework, waiting time, excess conveyance, excess motion, and over-processing. All these, please understand what does it mean, and also what is the example. In the lesson, the example has been given. Pay attention to the to differentiate different waste types. Okay, later I will repeat again if it's important. Then after that, we mentioned this Kaizen way is use the data to speak. It's not just a concept. We have to rely on the analysis data and say this process is waste, this process can improve the production. Then we also mentioned the next process is the customer. In Kaizen concept, when your product is passed to another department, the other department is the customer for you. It's not just the final customer, it's for customer. Okay? After the major concept, we will learn this Kaizen strategy. Kaizen strategy. Let's learn this. So you can see the structure of our slides. First, we introduce the definition. Then is the major concept. But all these is just concept. Then we mention the strategy. You will see the Kaizen method is from the concept go to the application. After strategy, we will convert the strategy to applicable steps. That is the 6 steps in Kaizen. Okay, now is the strategy. We first learn this. We call TQC and TQM. Total Quality Control, Total Quality Management. These are the concepts, starting point for the Kaizen. So here mentioned, I highlight to you. I cannot find out, I don't have the laser pointer. So all aspects, not only the quality is concerned. When we concern the quality, we will try to improve all the process and make the production efficient. Everyone will be involved, and the key process is the point we need to concern. Okay? Then we mention another strategy. So you can see under the strategy itself, we separate to few points. First is a TQC, TQM. Then is a JTC, just-in-time production system. So this is different strategy. Under the strategy, what is the knowledge involved? So under the JTC, we talk about the eliminate non-value-added activity. Then we also mention use this method to reduce the cost, deliver on time, and enhance the company profile. So after that is the TPM method. TPM method is the equipment quality. Policy deployment. Here we mention this part is also important. Later I will re-mention it. Policy deployment. This one emphasize the management level need to establish the goal, long-term goal, middle-term, and actual strategy to the employee. And the management need to give the specific action plan. So this is how the policy is deployed to the members or staffs. After that, suggestion system and the small group activity. Small group activity you can just quickly read through. Suggestion system is an important one because this one, there are some specific feature. Suggestion system, the people they provide a suggestion should not earn big, let's say, for example, should not earn the big bonus. This kind of benefit is not for suggestion system. They do the suggestion, it's not for the money itself. Okay, then after that is our 6 step Kaizen. We will do the first is you need to know the 6 step. What is the name? That is the basic. If you don't know the 6 step, what are they? Please go back to memorize. The name you need to memorize it. It's discovery the improvement potential. Analyze the current method. I think some who already start to do the PPT slides for the project. It should not be a problem for you. And third one is generate the original idea and develop an implementation plan, then implement the plan. Last one is evaluate new method. Let's go through one by one. For the first one, there are some method we can use that to find out where is the potential place to improve improved by Kaizen. First is Kaizen give creativity, give more freedoms. And second, the Kaizen attitude. There is a different way. Kaizen attitude is you should keep the positive attitude. All the staff willing to apply the Kaizen method. Some staff they may feel this is just a small increase, it doesn't matter. I don't mind. That kind of attitude is not acceptable. And then is a analytical skill. How there is some skill for you to do data analysis in order to find out the potential place. And here mention again the waste. Basic method to uncover waste and identify improvement opportunity. So here we mention few methods. This among of these 7 types of waste is the important one. And you also need to read through some about the compare performance to the standard. Under this, there are a lot of examples. I mean the process example. You can refer to your notes. Here is a 5S method. And that one you just read through. Okay, then is the second step. Analyze the current method. There are 2 types of method. One is a human related, or you can say worker related. Another is a machine related. For the worker related, you need to analyze the process. Remember our tutorial 3, the last question? How the worker do the work. First step, there are totally 6 steps for him to complete the whole work, mix, prepare the reagent and activate the chemical reaction. That is under the worker-related work. You need to highlight the main work components, break down the job. How to break down the job? There are different levels. It's a job level, task level, major job. In the lecture, there is an example. I will not go to too much detail. You can go back to read that. So the work is separate to different levels. Finally, it goes to the detailed action. How to hold the tool, how to use the tool to work. That is how to break down the job. And there is the 5W1H and the ECRS. These 2 are also important because it's already highlighted in our tutorial questions. Then after that is the machine related. Machine related, the mainly concern is machine loss analysis. And under this, machine loss analysis is the 7 types of waste. That's why I mentioned many times, initial in the concept, in the strategy, we repeat 2 times for the 7 types of waste. In here, the 6th step, the applicable Kaizen step, we also mention again 7 types of waste. Now we use this to find out which part to analyze current method. Okay, so the equipment breakdown, equipment changeover, equipment, this is cycle time, some typo error, and minor stop and scratch rework and overproduction. Yeah. Okay. After the second step is our third step. Third step is regarding the generate the original idea. So which part is important? Of course, generate the original idea. You have to review the current method, which is the second step. And then above that, there are 6 practice. First, not front judgment, and so means that you don't judge. Before you generate the idea, don't judge. People give the idea, don't judge. Second, idea quality and quantity. We will not say this idea good, that idea is bad. we are looking for the quantity, how many ideas is produced, coming out. Third one, from different angles, we will take the problem, the solution from different way. And we also combine the idea, review the previous analysis, and synthesize the idea. So these are the 6 practices. By using that, you don't need to cover all. Let's say you do your project, how to get the original idea. You may just choose 1 or 2 methods to find the idea. It's okay. All these 6 practices is just a theory. You can choose different way to find the idea. Okay? After that, it is the common roadblock to create creativity. This one is in our tutorial question already. So you can just read through. Okay. Then after that, some method. Here I would like to emphasize the method is here. Review of 5W1H and ECRS. This is also corresponding to our tutorial questions. Right? We review all the work steps and find out 5W1H, which part has difficulty, and based on that, we will provide an idea and also which in ECRS. E is elimination, C is combination, R is rearrangement and classification. Then this part is the important one, brainstorming. Brainstorming, there are 4 rules, is important. Then you also focus on the effective brainstorming. There are some steps you need to follow. Preparation, and there are 2 success factors that is important. How to make your brainstorming meeting effective. And the last one is how to manage the meeting. If you are the facilitator, how to manage, how to encourage the people to speak out, and how to manage it. And finally, it is the evaluation. You've got so many ideas, 50 pieces of idea, how to choose it, how to evaluate it. Okay, for the first 3, any questions?
I got it twice.
First 3 steps. Till now, any questions? Later, I will show again with the highlight for the Okay, there is another 3 steps we haven't covered yet. One is after you have an idea, you will base on idea, that idea you choose to do the plan. That is called revamp and implementation plan. And after you have a plan, you will implement the plan. Last one is evaluate the method. So under the plan development, okay, because it's Okay, so for the plan, there are 6 points planning. How to plan? Pay attention to this. How to do the plan? I think this one is also the tutorial question. I will not read through because all these highlight in the tutorial. We already went through the tutorial. All the class went through the tutorial lesson. Okay, then we will implement the plan. How to do that? There are 3. One is communication. Second, instruction and follow-up action. Last one is positive atmosphere or attitude. Don't just look at the name, because I know that is a tutorial question. Just ask this 3, right? I want you to read the detail. What is the action which is considered communication? What is the action? Because I will not just test the concept. Certain application factor will be included. So, for example, communication, simple or short briefing. or distribute the flying introduction flyers. That kind of behavior is considered communication. That is some simple example which has been put in your lecture notes. Last one is the evaluate the new idea. Now I would like to emphasize where this evaluation of new idea is put in the before you implement the plan or after. So that is the question. The sequence. Please pay attention to the sequence of this evaluation of new method. Is it before? Is it just after your idea generation? Can I do the evaluation just after I get the new idea? This evaluation of new method is referring to the evaluation after implementation of the plan. Means we already done all the action, we collect the data to prove whether our idea is workable, whether we can achieve an effective improvement. After we have all this data, we do the evaluation. So pay attention to that. Okay, under this evaluation, we will do verify the actual level of improvement. Whether how much percent you improve, the minimum or model level or highest improvement. Then we will try to standardize some process. Then we will update the standard and document. And the important part it is we need to communicate all these good results. Of course, not only good, some bad results also need to communicate to the staff and share all the success. That is the purpose for the evaluation. So pay attention, what is the purpose? Okay, any questions? No. So that will be the flow for the whole topic 3.
We're done.
Whole content. Some part I quickly go through, then you may sense that not so important. Some part I emphasize if you that's the important part. So before I go to the last few slides, any questions I ask again? Okay. So this will be the final version I would like to highlight to you. The first point it is the definition of the Kaizen. How to differentiate Kaizen with other methods. Okay. Second one is the PDCA, SDCA. How to differentiate this with the traditional method, and how this PDCA and SDCA is used within the Kaizen cycle.
No, I always send my the tiara one.
Oh, that's how tall and that's how short.
So after that, I highlight many times. 7 types of waste. What are they? Can you differentiate the waste by the samples?
No, don't show this one.
I can give you some examples. Can you differentiate them by these 7 types of waste? You can go to read that slides because each slide, each waste has its own description and some examples.
The one your boyfriend fetch you one. The one. Yang ternampak ni, I was like, oh, damn young.
Then some description about this TQC and what is the feature for them? Not only quality is concerned, actually all the aspects will be concerned. Everyone must be involved, especially the key process. So that is the part for the TQC and TQM. Next one is the JIT system.
just one C, you know, when there's supposed to be two C's.
Then I also emphasize is to what is the way to do the policy deployment. The part you need to pay attention is the management need to set the long-term goal, middle-term goal, and the detailed strategy and the action. So this is the how the management do the policy deployment. They are not just doing the goal setting. They will handle all the step goal and also all the detailed action. And the last part is also important is the suggestion system. Okay, suggestion system you can read through lah. I highlight here suggestion system below. Under the suggestion system, you see the integral of the individual original oriented Kaizen, and all these are important. The higher level, if I put the star, means the lower level content is also important. Not just read the star content. Okay, so that is the part. That is the part for the first subsection Kaizen. Then we will go to the sixth step. This one I will upload to the LMS system. So let's highlight for you the detail. Sixth step. I will say all the steps are important. I have questions for all the steps. So you will see that there are stuff for each step, but the focus are different. The first one is the basic method to uncover waste and identify the improvement opportunity. So under here we have few methods. Pay attention to the 7 types of waste.
Yeah.
Then after that is our analyze the current method. This one, both are important. And especially this 6 types of improvement area.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
I mean, it's freaking PI, everything is.
So after that is our idea generation. What are the 6 practices you can apply to get more idea? And of course, according to that, we have our tutorial question. It is a real working process. The application 5W1 catch and apply the ECRS. Another important point just now I also highlight is the brainstorm. Brainstorming, what is the rule, what is the factor, in order to succeed, what is the factor you need to consider, and what is the how to manage the meeting and make it more efficient. So that is the part you need to pay attention. Okay, for this section, any questions?
I know.
Okay, the next 3 steps. First one, for the plan development, pay attention to these 6 points in planning.
Oh, I want pancakes.
This one, I think read through is okay, but you need to know what they are. Don't confuse this plan, these 6 points with others.
Should we get ice cream?
And then is this implement the plan and the evaluation.
Should I just go home first?
Just now, when I review the content, I also emphasize for this communication, instruction, and follow-up action, positive attitude. Don't just remember the name. Please understand how to do. For communication, read the example I give in the lecture. what is considered communication, what is considered instruction and follow action, what is considered positive attitude. The last one is the evaluate, the new method. Evaluate. What is the purpose? What is the purpose for the evaluation? It's the one you need to clarify. I think that will be the point I highlight to you. So here only just a start, but when I go through that part, I already emphasize. For example, this one, implement the plan. I put a star. I already explained to you how to review this section, not just remember the name, memorize the name, go to the detail. Any questions? If no question, my revision will end. So you can ask the question.